Okay, so this game, Latios, no, Chris, black won by 5.5 points. So do you know the reason why you lost this game? Maybe you have checked with the like AI, program. I saw the function that after the game, OGS shows some, the winning percentage and remarkable moves like that. Okay. Anyway, your last chance, what you had, was here. After this one, your opponent had to play this one, but your opponent made this mistake, so you got a chance to cut. If you cut here, you had a chance to chase this game. Okay. After this, black goes here, black need to kill, but white comes like that. So white can squeeze this and increase the number of liberties at the same time and cut. And white can win the capturing race like this. And that looks a lot better. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. About the opening part, I can share many tips through this game. Okay, white approaches, extend. Okay, so far so good, but that is a bit unusual. Often this move comes, the third line, and in the past we treat this as the proper move, 3-space extension. But nowadays it's disappeared because it is 3 space. Later opponent can come. So at some point, I need to defend. So it's a bit inefficient. If I place an additional move to save like that, then it is like putting 2 stones and make that small territory. So only 2 spaces. So you can go to the 4th line, but it looks a bit unusual. And black invade to the corner. So what about this invasion? Was it a good 3-3 invasion or bad 3-3 invasion? When I ask this question, you may say that, well, is there a good 3-3 invasion or a bad 3-3 invasion? All the 3-3 invasions were good, like that. Because, AI programs 3-3 all the time. Okay. Undercut the top group. Okay. Not exactly with that reason it was bad. Just you should know that when the stone is already on the side, like this, it can be this one or it can be this one, right? In any case, when the stone is on the side, you better not to come to the corner. If it is already placed, the stone is already placed on the side, I should just approach here or approach in this way. Because if you come in this way, why just extend? Then in general, you play this one, is it? And let's say white tenuki. And what's the good continuation for black in general? Like when there's no stone, where do you normally play? You know that black plays this one. That's the good move, right? But in this position, let's say black plays here, then that makes this black's placed stone, c10, awkward. It is in the awkward place. Even if it is on the 4th line, still it is awkward place because in this position it's a black's turn. Then would black play here? That looks a bit narrow. So that is the main reason. And secondly, you can play actual game. It was like this, and white extend and black pushes here. White can play hane, which white did, and white can play double hane. Is this double hane a good move in general? That it was, let's say like that, black invade to the corner, and here white plays double hane. Good move or bad move? Many of you already know about this 3-3 invasion, is it? Not in general, because black gonna capture, is it? So after capture, this gonna come, and it is considered as a little bit better result for black. So it's good for black. However, in this position, if I place hane and play this one, then you see that this black stone is again in the awkward place. Okay? So it is so easy for your opponent to make this d10 as the awkward move. So that's why you cannot make a good combination with this 3-3 invasion A and your placed stone on the side. So that's why you better not to play. That is the the theory that you should get it. 3-3 invasion is not all the time good. There are some bad cases. Anyway, but white couldn't fully punish it. White played extension, which is okay, but the other one was much better. And black tenuki, and white came here. So you play this, right? But instead, you can approach here too. You don't need to worry being attached and jump because the corner is open. But as you can see, this kind of move comes more often. And okay, white plays here. In this area also, there are some new moves like this attach that looks so interesting, is it? Well, white can wedge. Wedge is possible. White can do. But okay, white choose the most common option. Well, white can choose this one too. When black plays here, white extends. I prefer this than actual game because that is a bit, say, a bit heavy. It's a bit heavy to move it. But if you play here and this, then much lighter. In case black comes like this much, then white can wedge. So that's why, this is a new move, this is a new move, and this one comes back. But that one is like the traditional option. But nowadays doesn't come often. And black came here, but black should come closer to give enough pressure. That was a bit slack. And white's this jump was a slack move. There are two reasons why I can say that this is too slack. The first reason, the additional move that you take care of your weak group isn't really a good move in this modern Go, because in the opening stage there are so many important places, right? So you should not add a stone. If you keep playing in one locker in the opening stage, then the value of that locker, value of your moves goes down and down. So white should have played around here. That is the biggest one to have played. Or white can tenuki, this one, okay, I would like to play. Or white can maybe come this much. Anyway, white shouldn't answer. This is too slack. The jump doesn't make any point. It's like, okay, jumping, is it? There's no profit. So it means that you have turn. It's your turn, and you hire the security guard, and you pay for them. You pay for them, so you got nothing. But you feel secured that, okay, no one will hurt me. But what if no one wanted to hurt it before or can? Then don't need to do. Okay. So when white plays here, let's say black covers, the second reason is coming. Let's say black plays here and try to kill this. What can white do? Diagonal to where? 211. This one to avoid surrounding. But you don't need to avoid surrounding. You can play here, knight move. Knight move and push, then you can easily set up the base inside. So that is the second reason. Since your opponent didn't come close this much, if it is 2 space distance, this knight move is a very good move to make this as quite, nice area to make the territory and, living shape. So that's why you don't need to worry. If your opponent wants to attack, then your opponent needs to take the turn like this to come. But you can fly away, right? So this was too slack. And black followed it. This was also very slack. Instead, black had to come. This was the most important area. So instead of this one, if our whiteout have defend like this. So who placed this lower side was the most important part. But it didn't come yet. And here black went down. Okay, black can play Hane. Difficult to tell. But anyway, black came here first. So when black came here first, I felt that, okay, then the game must be not bad for black. However, black's continuation was bad. Black had to keep pushing to go out in a strong way. It's like white says that, you came to my area, let me cover you, so you cannot escape. and black should say, no, I will go out. But can you imagine that the one guy is standing in like beside the door, and the other one is trying to go through that door? The black should try to go through that door because that is the exit. But instead, black played this one. Black says that I don't want to escape, I want to save the group inside. But it's not easy. To make two eyes in the opponent's area is not really easy than what you think in the most of the cases. So if I connect it, then it's being surrounded. So black can save, but it must be tough to handle. Yes, you're just heading to the wall. So white fully use this thickness. White can just cut like that because white is strong. Black can save. Even that is also a bad exchange. Black shouldn't cut. Black should just jump, or Hane and Tiger Mouse like this. But that AB turns as bad exchange, and white takes this one stone. White should have taken it. White should just take it. It should be enough, like that. White plays several mistakes too, but white's outside become very thick here. That exchange white didn't need to do. But anyway, after white takes this one, I felt that white recovered the game. When black invade here, the game was good for black. But now it doesn't look like the bad game for white anymore. And black tenuki, that is big, but that black's shape had a weakness. Where is the weakness of this black's shape? That is, in fact, a famous one. The clamp, yes, this one. So you had to protect it, or you're white, so you had to go. So after the game, after the game, how to say, things become easier, is it? Right away. Okay. What is the reason not to do it right away? I mean, if you do, then your opponent has only like a couple of options: connect here or connect the other side. You couldn't hold it, but you can. You just lost the chance, is it? So if you play like this one, then this must be much easier to handle this black's group. Because of that, black got a chance to defend. And white jumps, that was also a bit slack. You need to attack. And at the same time, maybe you should put the connection of this AB like this. But actual game, eventually this happened. So what does that mean? This happened. Black did everything. Black did not defend this weakness, but while the time black just collect points. Beside this weakness, black played here, and black even played this one and secure all the territories. So this connection, white shouldn't do. You don't need to. You don't need to do, and you can already come like this. It can be annoying. Or push here to make this area thicker and then looking for invading. But that was too passive. That you just let your opponent do everything what your opponent needs. So that's why black was leading this game by points. And here, okay, white's invasion is working, but white had to extend. Extend and push and cut. That is what white can do. So if black doesn't like it, then black had to answer like this. I think black can choose this option. That wasn't bad. But white's this Hane was a mistake. Therefore, if black answers here, then the game was over. But black's this mistake came, so white got the last chance. White couldn't get it. So since then, that was quite small endgame. There is a misunderstanding that people play this monkey jump and play until the end like this. But one monkey jump or exchange up to here, it's good enough. You don't need to continue. You can play Hane, that's a lot bigger. Because capture doesn't mean much. But often continue till the end. And white also answered, but you don't need to answer. Because that white's group is fine. You can go down. That's a lot bigger. So actual game, black played Hane. Even now, I had to go down. So black was leading by many points. I got surprised by the result. that it was only 5.5 points. Maybe it's because of this. Black had to answer. The jump was so big, so white got a chance to erase a lot. You can even go further, can go deeper like this, but didn't. Okay, but anyway, it was a nice profit for white. And jump capture is also quite small. Black had to maybe play here or bend. There are many other big points, like blocking the monkey jump as well. White can go push once more, 2 points difference. And connection was a mistake. Black shouldn't answer. Okay. So maybe your life and death part you need to improve. Block is better because your opponent can wedge here. So you couldn't get points. You lost points more like. Okay, so black was leading, and later, much later, black played here, but black had to come. This move exists for a long time, even before white plays here. Because anytime black plays this, then it was so annoying shape. Because that is center. Black plays here, then not easy. But actual game, black just played here and let white play this. But anyway, still black won this game by 5.5 points. Okay, so please remember that 3-3 invasion, it looks good all the time, but it isn't good. It isn't good. So you should check when there is a stone on the side already, your stone, then you better not to come to the corner. And okay. After this, the lower side was the most important move, which white black invade, so it was good for black, but black couldn't handle it well. So white made a okay game, but white played too passively. So black saved and collected all the points. Since then, black was leading, but black couldn't keep the lead. No, black lead. Okay. Black had one more crisis because black connect. But this one white couldn't find, so black won this game. Yep, pleasure. So with this one game, of course, I don't know your style of play. I can only give the facts like this. But if I get to know your style of play, then I can give more personalized comment. Lamp. Upper right. Oh, in your game. Oh, okay. I don't know whether I can go back. So sorry, I cannot. Oh, okay. We go back here. That's 15. You thought that you were behind at this point. The source. You're behind because you have less points. You're not. I mean, you can count. You can count that you have enough points because you code the middle. For instance, if I just place like this one, this much, then it should be enough. How I count. You have like 45 for sure, and your opponent also has about 45, but you are much thicker than your opponent. Your opponent has much, a thinness, so that's why I believe that it was quite good for you. So I can tell that it was good for you. Anyway, it's okay. Often, it's because your expectation is too high. So I think that is the reason. Your expectation is too high. So if you're leading like 5 points, you don't feel that it is like leading because you need to lead like 20 points like that. But 5 points lead is also a big lead. Like Komi lead is good enough. Anyway, so that was the review session. And we have some more time. So if you have any questions about anything on the board, possible, some shapes, or off the board, how was my 연구생, the in-say life was, something like that, then I would Happy to answer. 3-0. Okay, good. Many. I hope your study was helpful. When it is good to tenuki after approaching 4-4? All the time. All the time, let's say. So when black approaches white tenuki, possible. Because in the past, the double approach is considered as a tough option, that it's not easy to handle as white. But the AI program shows many easy ways that white can handle, so like this. So I think people do not afraid this double approach much anymore. Go style before AI or difficult to tell. I believe that AI program helps the human to develop this game and discover the truth of this game. I like it on that part. But it's true. Do you think that the game become more complicated or less complicated after the AI? And back up then tenuki? You mean approach, back off, and then tenuki? I couldn't get what that means. Some still complicated. It's true. I believe that it's even more complicated because everything is possible literally. So nowadays even like fifth line or sixth line moves come as well, and that part is quite tough. We don't know. Maybe one day we're going to play like 6-7 moves or 7-5 moves like that. Okay. Yeah. Yes, because AI goes to the goal, the win directly. So the 3-3 shows that it really goes to the goal. 6-6, then it is bad. After this one, you must answer. If you tenuki to give this move, I don't think that it is good. You better avoid surrounding. Before and after AI. Yes, it is. The opening part, especially the top pros, they remember the winning percentage even. So they just remember the percentage and follow. But that is bad, is it? But it's only the pro part. Okay? But for us, 2% difference or 5% difference doesn't even mean anything. So I hope you don't mind much about the winning percentage. White answers, then black tenuki. Oh yes, you can, but okay, white answers and tenuki, why not? Because we studied. Even if your opponent plays here, it's fine, like this. So no problem. But if your opponent answers like this one, then maybe you better continue. Because you don't continue while attach and pincer comes, then this is more powerful. When it is on the fourth line, it's more powerful. So maybe that is the difference, and you should check it. Okay. Certainly, after AI, many things got changed. There are positive parts and negative parts as well. But I do believe, in my level, I believe that there are more positive parts I see. Okay. And as the teacher, I got so many sources to teach. So on teacher side, I really like it because we add some new theories, and sometimes it crashes with the traditional theories, and that is a good starting point. Or finding the new way, it's also good starting point like that. So I like it. Mhm. Okay, so today we studied about the 3-3 invasion. It's still very, say, not very famous. Quite hard to see this kind of move. What I told, the 3-3 invasion outside of my Go school. So I shared one of my secrets. I hope my members don't mind about it. And please use it. If you use this, when you use it, please remember this time, then it'll be great. I always wanted to make like a live lecture. If you want to make my lecture live, then you should use it. Otherwise, my lecture turns as like a dead lecture, which I really don't like it. So I wanted to give some practical tips. So that's why I chose this 3-3 invasion topic, which comes very often. Okay, so yeah, it was good to see you, even though it was online. And I don't know whether I'm going to make one more lecture or not, but if not, then I hope to see uh, all of you in the US Congress next year on site. That'll be great.